built different than everybody else and you have this desire for more and this desire for achievement and this desire to win, everybody else looks at you like you're fucked up. And they'll tell you that too. You know, what the is wrong with you? Like, why can't you just relax? Why can't you just do this? Because I'm just not built that way, man. Every single human out there listening right now, you have a gift. The thing that you have working against you is you have all these other people now, right? 30 years ago, 20 years ago, we didn't have Instagram. We couldn't watch people and emulate them. We sort of had to learn our own little craft as we went. But now we get to see what everybody's doing. And our tendency as humans is to emulate the style or the personality or the way that someone speaks or the way they do their content and all these different things. But here's the thing that you don't understand, is that by doing this, you are actually keeping yourself from becoming great, because the most that you could ever be when you do these things is a watered down, lesser version of what someone else is doing. No one comes out and is just great at business or great at athletics or great at science or great at speaking. It doesn't fucking happen, man. The first speech I ever gave, I remember it, dude. There were 6 fucking people there, all right? And I had a piece of paper and I'm reading the notes and I was shaking. I was freaking the fuck out. There's 6 people, 6. That's where I started, man. So like, this isn't a gift. It only seems like a gift because I worked so hard and so long to develop it. And you guys have to do the same thing if you want to be great. You are going to get negativity. You are going to get people laughing at you. You are going to get people making fun of you. You're going to get people telling you that you're not being realistic and that you're not humble and that you're not a good person and that they're morally superior. Look, dude, this is the price of admittance. Too many of you are worried about this chirping and not worried about what it is you're trying to do and doing that. Because here's the thing about success and winning in any area of life, not just monetarily, is that the further you go, the further away you get from those people. And the further away you get from those people, the less you give a fuck about what they had to say about you. But most people spend their entire lives seeking the approval of people who don't even approve of themselves. They don't even appreciate their own skills or their own gifts or even think about their own potential. So who the fuck are you to think that you have potential if they don't? That's their perspective. Their perspective is, you're just like us. You're not one of them. What are you doing trying to be one of them? You're one of us. And anytime you try to become one of them, you become the topic of conversation. If you are going through a hard time, if you are someone who's struggling right now, if you are going through one of these dark phases, you have to learn how to leverage it to your benefit. What are you trying to become? What are you trying to build? What are you trying to create? And how can this thing that's happening to you become something that's happening for you? What skills can it provide? What lessons can it teach you that are going to help you create what it is you're trying to create? All right? Stop looking at these times as I'm cursed, or I just have bad luck, or it's not fucking fair. Guess what? It's not fair. No one ever said it's going to be fair. It's never been fucking fair. It's never been fair in the history of humankind. All we can do is take what the world gives us and turn it into something productive. So when you're going through one of these times, you have to stop and ask yourself, what can I gain? What can I learn? What skill set can I get from this? What is this trying to show me? And how is this going to be applied to my future? Okay? The victimhood culture that exists in society is the worst, most toxic bullshit culture that has ever existed in the world. And by the way, it's intentional. It's intentional. It's put into our culture so that we can look at all of these hard things that happen to us, all of these things that are unfortunate and unfair, and we can say, oh, I can't make it because of that. I can't do it because of that. And then what happens to you? You become a poor little me. You accept what life gives you. you never become what it is you're supposed to become. And because you never become what it is you're supposed to become, none of the people around you see that it's possible to change your existence. And it is. That is your role. That is your obligation. It is absolutely your duty to become what it is you were meant to become that version of you that lives deep inside your heart, that only you know about, that you are too afraid to even tell people about because you think you're going to get laughed at. That version of you is who you were born to be. And if you do not become that, and you do not make that materialize into reality, everybody around you suffers. It's not just you, it's not just your family, it's fucking everybody. Because right now in our culture, in our society, we have a shortage of success stories. We have a shortage of people who are pursuing success. And because we have a shortage of people who are pursuing success, we have a shortage of people who believe that success is possible for them. When you have the perspective that, you know what, I'm not a piece of shit, I just made some bad decisions, that opens us up to make better decisions, which creates a better outcome. And this is the mystery of life. This is why many of you repeat the same cycles over and over and over and over again, because you look at the environment you are currently in and you say, well, I'm just not good enough, or I'm just not that kind of person, or you know what, I'm just a loser. You are not a loser. You are just losing. And you are losing because the person that you were before lacked the perspective or the understanding that the decisions that that person was making were going to create an outcome that was not desirable. But now you've learned that lesson, haven't you? Now you've figured out that maybe that person that you were before is not who the person you are today. And if you had the same opportunity to make the same decisions today, you would make different decisions. So why don't you? Because that's what's going to change things. Nothing is going to be changed by you sitting in front of the TV, eating more shit, consuming more mindless information, being more of a loser than you already are. That's not going to fix the situation. That's going to produce more of what you don't want, and probably a more intense, harder version of what you don't want. So you really only have two choices here. You have the choice to accept your reality as who you are and live your life as that person from now until you die, which I'm pretty sure you don't want to do. Or you have the ability to acknowledge that, hey, the life I'm currently living is the result of the decisions of that person. Back then, I am no longer that person, and now I'm equipped to make better decisions that will produce a different outcome when time does its thing. It's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen in 30 days. But if you make better decisions about your life now, 2, 3, 5 years from now, you're going to be a completely different person in a completely different environment. And when you become that person who is aware and skilled and understands that their actions create a reaction, and you're also living in the life that you want to live in, that's a powerful thing, because you can continue down that path of prosperity and winning, which is what you're ultimately after. And a lot of you guys say, well, I don't really care about winning. The f you don't. If you didn't care about winning, you wouldn't feel so shitty about where the f you are.